All right, Buzz babies, and we are on the last day of Kansas City Planet Comicon, and with me I have got the master of horror and master of awesome. I got Cullen Bunn here. Yes, I've had him on the show before, but I just had to talk to him again, and this time in person. So cool to actually meet you. You've got some cool stuff going on.
Right. Thank you. I'm trying. I have to stay busy.
Yeah, you got to stay busy, and you always have, man. Everybody talks about how like prolific you are and how just you always have new stuff. You with like different publishers or on crowdfunding. You just always have so much going on. And your new book, Red Zone, is unlike anything I've read from you thus far. It's subterfuge. It's great spy narrative. It's got great action. You got Mike D on the art, right? So like
Yes.
It's a beautiful, beautiful book. How are you feeling about it? Because I know you were a little nervous about the premiere.
Yeah, it's a different book for me because it's I'm most known for supernatural horror, horror books. This one is absolutely a spy thriller, much more in the vein of a James Bond type story. So it may seem a little off, but I had a lot of fun doing it. This is the first convention I've been at since the book came out, because it just came out a couple of weeks ago. And the reaction seems to be pretty positive, so I've been pretty happy with I've been pleased that people have been enjoying the book.
That's good. I'm glad you're getting a good reaction from it, because I guess I just, and they say never assume, right? But I assumed it was going to be, anything but a spy thriller. But you're telling a damn good spy thriller, man. Like the restaurant shootout and the relationship and this. The new characters we meet, and I can't wait to get issue 2
and listen, it gets a little weird. I mean, it's gonna get a little weirder. If you've seen the cover for issue 2, it's got like this robotic hand picking a pair of dentures up out of a glass of water. That's getting closer to where it's going, but it is, I wanted that first issue to feel very grounded spy thriller. I wanted it to be, like an action movie. We get a little weirder as we go along.
Weirder's good, man. You got to keep people guessing, right? You don't ever want to. The one thing I love about your storytelling is you never let people get comfortable for long, right? You're very good at making us uneasy and propelling us into the tension that you provide in your narratives, and it's with horror it's great because it's like we're uneasy, we're uncomfortable, and with this it's like there's danger and I feel unsafe and I'm worried about the characters and I'm wondering what's going to happen, and it's just a very exciting new comic, and I'm very excited for you for it. And I snuck a look at some reviews. I like to peep the competition.
Oh, all right.
And I feel like people are liking it. It's got a good reputation.
Yeah, I'm knock on wood wherever there is wood in the convention. But yeah, I'm glad people are enjoying it. It was a fun. It's not really an experiment, but there are experimental things that I'm doing with it that I enjoy doing.
Yeah. Now, you've worked with AWA now a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
Are you? Everybody knows right now it's a weird deal at indie comics.
Right.
It's tough for some out there. Are you feel like they treat you good? They
Oh yeah.
You don't need to talk to somebody.
No. AWA is always taking care of me. Axel Alonso over there at AWA. He and I were a good team when we were both doing stuff for Marvel. So when he moved over to AWA, he's made sure to keep an ear out, keep an eye out. He's taking pretty good care of me over there. They're good folks.
Nice. That's good to hear because I really like their books.
Yeah.
It's a bummer when you like a publisher and then all of a sudden you find out like, oh, that publisher hasn't paid people in months, and it's kind of heartbreaking. It's a bummer.
They're good. They're good to work with.
You and Black Shepherd have a new book on Kickstarter. Yes. This is a sequel to your Reanimator vs. Vampirella, right?
No, it's actually a little different. So what's currently running on Kickstarter is called Reanimator: The Eternal Lie, and what the Kickstarter's listed as part 2. So a couple of years ago we did a part 1. And Reanimator: The Eternal Lie is a direct sequel to the short story, the original Herbert West Reanimator short story.
Okay.
So it's set in the 30s. The story follows this idea that Herbert West's reanimation fluid has been stolen, and the company the people who've stolen it have a nefarious purpose for it. They have big plans for it, and Herbert West is trying to get that his serum back from them. Right now, the Kickstarter is for Volume 2. If you missed Volume 1, it's easy to get. It's available as part of the Kickstarter, so
Nice.
you can get caught right up. But yeah, it's not a sequel to Vampirella versus Reanimator.
Okay.
Although Blackie likes to remind me, well, our Reanimator is very similar in the two, but it's not a sequel to that as much as it's a sequel to the original short story.
But you guys have worked together several times now. I feel like you guys have a good vibe going. So I'm really excited for this new Kickstarter. I like it when you guys do a lot of work together. You guys start getting comfortable. You know, it's like you start finishing each other's sentences in a sense. And
I don't know that Blackie and I are ever going to finish each other's sentences, but no, I enjoy working with him, and when I find artists that we click and we want to do more together, I'm going to try to foster that and make it happen.
Nice. Now, some people handle Kickstarter stress differently, right? So you've been around the block a few times, but you just had this new series coming out in a new genre that you're getting your toes soaked in and a little worried about it, and you're launching a new Kickstarter, and it's convention season, and you're going around talking to weirdos like me again. And
That's true. That's the part that's stressful.
it was like, does it ever get easier, or is every time, or does it kind of like weigh on you a little bit?
No, I think if it ever gets easy and I don't feel that stress, there's a problem.
Okay.
I need to feel that nervousness and stress. You can, I have to make sure I don't let it destroy me. I have to try to let it energize me a little bit.
I like that. Well, Cullen, again, this was so cool. Such a great pleasure to meet you in person.
Yes, I really thought we'd met in person because of the, we've done interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd already met in person. So it's good to meet you in person.
Yeah, no, but this is my first con. I've never been to a convention
Now
before.
that's surprising.
Yeah, it's
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing well. You're doing all right. You're holding up.
Thanks, man. I'm definitely excited to sleep tonight. I've slept. I've slept over the weekend, just not a lot, and I've been getting up at like 5 a.m. to prep for stuff. And yeah, anyways, this was so cool. I love your work. I love you as a person, man. I don't want to make it weird, but you're so
You
good.
just did.
You're so good to your fans and your collaborators, and it's a joy to watch you succeed. And I'm very excited for Red Zone to see where you're going to take that. People keep telling me that this is a special con. Like when I told people this was my first con, they were like, "Oh, Planet, like it's so good. Like it's a good first con. It's a special kind of deal." Has someone like you're not local, but you're not far, right? And you've been to this con a lot. Like, what do you think makes Kansas City Comic-Con a special place?
Well, I've been coming to Planet since it was a much smaller convention. I'm pretty sure, I was trying to figure it out earlier, I'm pretty sure Planet may have been like the first convention I ever set up at that I set up and had a booth.
Oh, wow.
But they've always taken care of us. They've always taken a special interest in the creative side of things. Yes, they have the actors and the voice actors and the celebrities and the wrestlers. They have that, but they've always tried to really take care of the creators and the comic book creators. A lot of conventions forget the comic side of Comic-Con, and Planet's never forgotten that, and that's a big deal. And this is one of my favorite shows every year, always.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, this is Cullen Bunn, and I wanted to say thank you for coming to Planet Comic-Con, and thanks for listening to Blake's Buzz.
Yeah, baby, you did it.
All right.